This is your full breakdown of the growing conflict between India and Pakistan as of May 1st, 2025, a story that's sending shockwaves not just through South Asia, but across the entire world. Here's what you need to know: what happened, why it matters, and what could happen next. On April 22nd, in the peaceful town of Pahalgam, nestled in Indian-administered Kashmir, a terrorist attack claimed the lives of 26 civilians, most of them Hindu pilgrims and tourists. It was one of the deadliest attacks in recent years. Within hours, a shadowy group called the Resistance Front, allegedly backed by Lashkar-e-Taiba, claimed responsibility. India was quick to point fingers at Pakistan, citing intelligence that the attackers had crossed over from Pakistani territory. Since the attack, the line of control, the de facto border dividing Kashmir, has witnessed 4 consecutive nights of small arms and mortar fire. Villagers on both sides are evacuating. Civilians are being moved to shelters. Schools are shut down. Indian troops have been placed on high alert, and satellite imagery shows increased movement of artillery and armor on both sides of the lock. Meanwhile, Pakistan has closed its airspace to Indian aircraft and issued a warning of a possible preemptive strike from India. In a surprising and rare move, Pakistani authorities have shut down more than 1,000 madrasas, religious schools in areas close to the conflict zone, many of which have been previously accused of links to radical militancy. The Pakistani military has begun digging defensive bunkers and mobilizing emergency medical units. On the streets, there is fear, but also defiance. In Islamabad, crowds gathered chanting slogans both for peace and for retaliation. India is now threatening to revoke the Indus Waters Treaty, a decades-old agreement that governs the flow of rivers from India into Pakistan. If revoked, it could devastate Pakistan's agriculture and spark a water crisis. Airspace restrictions have further strained diplomatic channels. Both sides have grounded commercial flights in key northern sectors, so where is the international community? The United States, led by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, has held separate calls with leaders in New Delhi and Islamabad urging restraint. China has remained silent, while Russia has offered to mediate. The United Nations has called for urgent de-escalation, but no formal action has been taken. Analysts worry that the absence of sustained or multilateral diplomacy is creating a vacuum, one that could be filled by miscalculation. This is not just about border skirmishes or tit-for-tat retaliation. This is a regional crisis with global consequences. Experts warn that if one side launches an airstrike, even a limited one, it could trigger a full-blown conventional war, drawing in allies and destabilizing the entire region. At this point, both militaries are poised. Both governments are under pressure from their populations. And history has shown us, in 1999, in 2001, and again in 2019, how quickly Kashmir can become a powder keg. As of today, there's still a chance for peace. Back-channel diplomacy is reportedly underway. Religious leaders in both countries have urged calm. But with national elections looming in both countries and public anger rising, leaders might choose escalation over caution. This is why we must all stay informed, alert, and engaged.